Good morning, folks. It's 8:30 a.m. on the 28th day, 12th month, 2022. I'm looking here is some of the 10-day totals for the east coast of Australia, New South Wales. A lot of these totals here are going to be coming sooner than 10 days, but here's after the fives. You're really going to get a shot through here. Your event here is going to start sooner. It's the tail end as they bring this storm out and these things meet. You're really going to have a big problem. So I'm going to go over this now. And it's going to be a sustained event for New South Wales. You're going to get a punch, a break, and a punch. Flood you, then get you. And not all are agreeing. Some are saying it's going to be much higher. Yeah, I'll show you that other part up there later. Um, yeah, I had a screenshot earlier of a sweat through here on it 10 days. That's why I take screenshots of things. Looking like, might be this one. No, that's Look Uluru. I'll go over to my imaginary. Oh, we didn't record it. You bested. Okay, well, I'll just say it. I had a sweat through here of this total here. No, it was higher. I was showing 10 and 12 centimeters along the coast here. I was showing 6 to 8 as it tapered off. I wasn't seeing this here at all. So this is now showing a stall and it coming. But I don't agree with it. But I'm going to issue a warning now. You guys got a heads up as you see where I'm showing you now. All right, my lovelies over there. Hey, it's time for you to make sure you got your supplies. Make sure you got everything you know you need now. And you've got days. So I'll be keeping you posted. But the rains are going to start soon. Very soon. So I'll go over that now. Right. Your totals over the next 10 days out west are, oh my God. This is your 10 days from now. Like, don't count everything that happened yesterday. This is from now on. You're getting this. And this is fairly accurate. Half a meter in the pinks, 200 to 300, depending on how close to the edge of that you are. In the oranges, all through this entire half of your country. You ever seen a sweat brought down like this? It's a whole sweat. The moisture got redirected. Now, when I see a graphic like this, right, they're caused the diversion of a flow of a huge amount of moisture, and there's a lot more to work in, a lot more to move. And where's it you're gonna go is not all in one direction, but they sent this on its way. This tendril is actually going to be working its way in. The flow is going to change. You're going to get what they'll call the La Nina is back, because that flow has now been diverted through by that day with EMF beams, right? And when this punches the front of that, it'd be like a truck when it comes up behind you on the highway. It doesn't hit you, but you'll feel it behind you, that push. Wow, this is doing the same in the sky as it's coming along. And you'll often see a waveform in front of it that does it as the pressure wave causes a nucleation very suddenly, a percussion ring, if you will. And the straight line is now here. Don't trust the weather plan. Now we're going to look at the chem bonds and the EMF to do our decidings, because they're saying here we're flooded in Brisbane. This morning, about 2 hours ago when I looked, they said it was here. I'm surprised the screenshot didn't work. That's weird. But anyways, I digress. Either way, I remember what it said, so I can say it. You're about to have big problems, right? So I'm gonna go to now the what's going on of it all. Here's what they say they want to do to you. All right, I'm gonna have to run a couple graphics here. Right, today. Watch the storm progress. You're going to get two flows, right? She's coming. She's marching, right? That's marching now. So you can expect some push moves from this radar station here in Alice to be going on, which I haven't really dove too hard into yet. Because I'd like to see if I'm right. Am I understanding the process of making a weather plan happen? I don't know any other way to put it. Do you? Yeah, tell me. Yeah, really. The broom has to be off for that storm to go up there like that, right? These radars have to be on. This corridor here These three here have to be on to pin that. Yep. If they just put it on here and turn it off there, you'll get a behind flow. And I'm not seeing it as the day went on. That's your 48 hours of non-stop fuckery. It ain't stopped, I told you. And it ain't gonna. You're gonna have one of the wettest months in history for your country, I believe. Oh, what happened? It's Stan Lee. Comic book. Heck, you can tell a little geek knows instantly Stan Lee. That's right, he gets a part in all his movies. If they use one of his comics in a movie and he's alive, he plays a little bit part in it all the time. It often speaks. He's really good at it. He just slips himself in. My God, that's a bad moment. Crappy New Year's. And right here, you'll be waking up on New Year's Day morning. You'll be in the afternoon. And this here, I think it is in Western Australia, is a 1500 time right there. Is that's the midnight hour on New Year's. This is what you get as a feast at midnight. Two big waves. So we'll be looking for the pulse symbol. Boom, boom, boom. The big rumbler. Where you see the circle beam pulsing out. That will do that to make two lines and keep them in an arc. And that's usually done by NexRad radar, not by HARP. There's a difference. And again, Fitzroy Cross, and you're right there. They have not stopped. You poor folks. Yes, at some point, I will go into some of the groups that I have, and I could show you the washed out roads. I think that's going to be a very important show to do, with the local footage from the people who I will fully credit with your name, because I'll show their name and everything, and I hope they don't mind that I'm using their imagery to keep people safe, but well, that's why. They'll know I don't monetize my channels. I don't make money off this. When this bumps this, it keeps it spinning. As this moves along, it's just like pushing the edge of something that's going to move it. Folding it in. If I keep pressure here, there's nowhere else for it to go. It's not going to go straight out. It's going to go up and around. It's going to meet a wall of something. It's got to turn. Make an eddy and then put your hand in front of it and watch what happens in a bathtub full of bubbles. You people soaking in bathtub people. You could easily start understanding how fluid moves by doing that. Create walls with your hands or various things. Your loofah. The loofah is the beam. Set it down and move it left and right. What happens? What happens when you just set it down and just go boop down and pick it back up? Yeah. What happens when you touch it and pick it up? And you'll start to understand layers of the atmosphere in EMF with surfactants. You think there ain't surfactants in the atmosphere? Like the surfactant of soap changes the properties of surface tensions of fluids. Typically water. That's why I swear all the time. It's all the soap in my mouth for this guy. The surfactants. And we have not enough actions on surfactants. And Tennant's Creek. Happy New Year. You get yours. I think you're an hour. I'm an hour off on you. So we have to go here for you. 4 o'clock. You're fucked, man. Hey, East Coast guys, you should be right about here. Let's see. I'd be at midnight my time's 2 o'clock in the afternoon my time is your midnight. This is midnight on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, Hope Vale. You get a fireworks show compliment of the geoengineers. One of these days, you guys are going to piss God off with this geoengineer, man. He's going to show up and say, hey, I can correct all this at once. Yeah, you got some showers, going to be a bit of a dampener, so about just put your raincoats in. Watch the dangerous surf conditions, but enjoy the dangerous surf conditions. They're going to be out there as they're brewing up this storm. Enjoy your quiet ballad while you got it. Really, really do. This storm is coming in from so many directions to even advise where to hit it from the tensor community to try to make the rain early is going to be difficult when it's coming in from the land. Yeah, when it's coming in from over here, to make it rain early gives it to somebody else. That's nice to see when you're getting into New Year's Eve when it's not really raining. But it'd be nicer if you had starry skies and to really enjoy Mother Nature and all the vibrations thereof. The glistening feathers of the cockatoo silhouetted in the trees of the rainforest would be a beautiful sight on a New Year's Eve for somebody. Yeah, a bit of rain through the mountains. How's Sydney's fireworks show gonna go? Yeah, at the bridge is gonna be looking good. So there's a webcam you can watch this on Windy. You may only get a couple of shots of it, but there's other traffic cams you can watch with more live imagery. But you'll get some good shots from here. This is Sydney today. I got a lot of haze. Got a lot of shit in the air showing in the sunset. Yeah, boats just taking up space there. He's just blocking the view. Hey, we'll pay for it to be right by the side of this thing. And you can't see fuck all. But you know, that big polluter there, that's a carbon footprint. Future reef. You're gonna sell a lot by looking at the reflections on the glass. Yeah, this is always a good view. Well, it is. It's pretty. The eye of Sauron appears between the two. He's ever watching Lord of the Rings. The various tall black cubes of Saturn around the world. My favorite one is Trump Tower. Nobody ever picks up on the black cubed tower known as Trump Tower. Yeah, there's so many of them around. Look into it. Isn't that nice? Now, we get some action going on tonight, and since I'm in the half mode, see if we can pick up anything looking west. Alright, let's check on our old friend out here. He still ain't put no air in the tire. Hey, did they have any idea that I want you? If I see smoke coming out of there one day, I know somebody's taking a break. They got a good long range view here, so you can see a lot. Back to the days. And no doors opening on the garages across the street. Yeah, watching variousnesses. It occur. Hey, he parked for a while. Oh, somebody just came to work. Oh, they're gone. Theme from Sanford and Son. This is Fred G. Sanford's yard. Here's where he sits. Hey, did we catch anybody taking a break? This is the fun of my life. I have one a chippy that you can actually call him on the telephone, and I did one day, and I told him to stop sitting on the counter. Yeah, he knew where it was. He was down south. Yeah, I have a hell of a sense of humor, you know. They were looking all around the camera, didn't know how the hell I was looking. Because, you know, a lot of these cameras you got, if you don't password protect them, they're out there. Anybody can watch them. Everybody knows when you walked away from your youngin'. They know. They know. They know when you're sleeping. They know you're not awake. And whether you believe it or not, they're going to spray you till you wake. And as you go into New Year's, crappy New Year's for you, crappy New Year's for you, crappy, crappy, crappy New Year for you. Balls deep in ball go. I told you this shit wasn't going in anytime soon. And here's yours comes. Here comes New South Wales. Here's the day of the Kembamba. Bim bim bam. Yep, you're gonna get it. I've turned off something. There we go. This is when you're gonna get it. This is when your event starts. This will be at nighttime on your Wednesday the 4th of January afternoon, right in there. This is when the event starts. That I'll time this event. So you're getting a good warning from me. This is a 1 week fully in advance warning. If your Bureau of Morons can't give you an accurate 1 week in advance warning, right? The moron warning, because they don't. All they want is more money on their budget. But they're not giving you accurate forecasting. Now, if we look at the pressures this day, because now this is where you go with your pressure lessons, right? Your bubble up is sideways, right? So whatever's here is fucking coming in. Told you, they took that whole band and punched it over here, and they're going to move it as it wants to. Now, with this rotating in this direction, and this coming here, with this a lower pressure in here, this is going to come towards this. It's going to shove this a little bit, but every bubble up is going to bring a little of that in. Boop, boop. It'll pull a little of it back. comes in and pulls a little pressure back with it, and with it some moisture. EMF blasts on the low decks and chem bombs will do the rest. You put it up over here and it'll hold the droplets as they get stripped off the top. And the ions will also, potential will also go into the air in front of it and in the storm here itself. When the tendril gets made between the two and they touch, down here will probably be where it happens, then it's going to really kick off. Yeah, you got a big problem coming. The high pressure under you here, you stand half a chance in hell in this thing going away. Yep. And it always has a little corridor here between these two to bring a little bit more cold air up into the mix, because you got to have that. And your next bubble up on his side's about to do the same thing. And she could bring it up around and in, because she's doing this, right? That direction. This one's doing that direction. She's bubbling more toward the side. Looks like here. These two are having a play, because that's a low. The low dog so far is here at 965. Then, but under South America, there's a 954. Everything leans toward here. This is, oh my. That's actually some relief in sight. Right about here. They dump most of this in Africa, but when they keep moving this sideways here, right, it keeps working moisture from the Congo, like I mentioned yesterday, into the stream of water that's going to come your way, or can be moved where it's wanted. You know, wherever pressure is directed can be done with heating of the atmosphere through so many different devices that I've covered before. Yeah, there's low dog and this hemisphere. It's always important to know where everything leans, who wins, and everything pressure moves from high toward low, heat toward cold, moist toward dry. These directions are actual provable because it's compression, decompression, ether, or higher pressure, low pressure, determinable by molecular motion. It depends on how far into this you want to go. Huh? Molecular motion. And now we'll look at moisture. Hi, there's going to be some winds. Not too bad. The isobars are pretty far apart. You know, the isobars used to be they used to show them in fours. Yeah, but now they do it, or fives. Now they do it in twos to make it look worse. And so when you see in Peckley, it really is windy. So, high the winds in Perth. And you're carrying all in. And if you're volatile, you can have pop-up showers here anytime on those days. But they're not showing a huge accumulation here. The dry corridor is through here, right? Your fun spot. The place to go camping. But it ain't going to stay that way. Why? Because it's geoengineering season, and instead of summer being in summer, it's any time, and winter any time. And well, any time now, folks. We could say no to this. As one, down tools. Stop. Just stop. All you have to do is stop. Everything. They ain't getting no money. They say, why? Because you're spraying this, so stop. They want your money. Why didn't you pay your bills? The bill's too high. Okay, we'll make all the bill go away. Will you pay it now? And as we get into the week of the new year, it has not stopped for New South Wales. It has not stopped for the border regions around Brizzy. And when the pressure's like this, you're just starting to get the motion from that one. This corridor then opens back up, right? Low pressure's kicking where? Moron says what? Huh? Right? This is going to be the most volatile situation of all right here this day. This is the day they send the moisture through Bass Strait. This is not going to be good. Right, and the reading on his 6 is as follows. If I was to read this map, it's like if you was to take a weather exam and they showed you this map as your exam, what would be your answer for the next 5 days? Okay? This is what they do. They take the test all the time to test myself. And damn, I'm fucking good at it. Uh-huh. Yeah, this bubble gets eaten down south, brings up a big fucker of air. This becomes a huge high-pressure wall underneath. This ain't going anywhere. This is free to go. Go up and around and out. Just goes right over the top of the island to be replaced by this one. From a side bubble up is going to stick a secondary low right over here. It's going to form just as this comes through. It's going to spin a secondary cyclonically moving air right off here. And from all intents and purposes, should walk up coast a little bit and park. Because these two have way too much influence of bubble up over here for it to get past it. And then you're going to get sagatized again. You'll get round 2, probably around the 8th. That's what this setup is telling me. It's already started off the shore, actually. They're already showing the edges of it. And that's just what this one says. Da, 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 da. How you feeling today, huh? That's what that pressure says to me when I read it. That's an instantaneous read. And you go up to the tropics, they right, what's this sucking down? Right, how's this gonna act? Right, where's its low dog? All the low dog for that is here. Everything's coming here. See it? The 06, the 9-2's winning. 9-2 wins, 9-2 wins, 7-5 wins. All right? Big stream of air here going here is very hard. The equatorial boundary for this stuff to go across. So for that to happen, it happens through these eddies in these islands. Hit them with beams in various localized locations can create the flows necessary to go through the tropics, the actual equatorial boundary where the trade winds are do opposite directions of flow when pressures happen. There you go. That's the most accurate way to put it simply. Okay? To put it simply, man, they're using this shit to move the weather down here, man, and all the water. And they're using pulse beams through these islands to do it. And I see it all the time. Like when they're blanking that one out. Here, let's run some of what you got north of you. Or you'll see what I'm talking about. And they beaming the fuck out of the tropics. And they're very obvious with it. In Indonesia. They're turning that one on and off all the time. And this is never good for Bali's volcano. Never, 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 never good. You get lots of plumes seen out here. Lots and lots and lots of them. It's not good. They're blasting away over here in the mason jar. You need to ban the masons in a jar. It's something. We put the genie back in the bottle. It's something like that. I don't know. Banja jar. Over here is suck monk dick. That was a line from Chevy Chase said that first, I think. In Kentucky Fried Movie. Which is banned in Turkey. It looked like a hand, don't it? Ha! Chopsticks. Boom, 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 plum. Plum, 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 boom, 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 boom. Soggy rice not taste nice. I was always told that. And as we go in through Indonesia, you see more beams influencing the flows through these straits to make sure moisture goes and air flows how is wanted to breach the transequatorial boundaries of the world. And that's just the 1 hour. You watch the 12-hour, man, you'll see the guilt. It takes a moment to lull, but you'll see what I'm talking about. That's under the weather radar up there. Let's move fast, man. Faster, faster. Hey, what happened? Is his birthday? What's going on? Is he a centenarian? Holy sheep dip. Boy, I bet he's been drinking a lot of red ink. Ah, damn. Wow. I didn't know that Stan Lee was 100. There you go, everybody. Superman, Superman. Used his hands. He couldn't ejaculate in a woman, maybe if you cut a hole in her. Robert. Yeah, lots of beaming going on here. Like I said, controlling the flows through these straits is very important for weather manipulation and storms and bringing moisture down. And that's what they're using to bring it down now. And creating the flows to make it predictably. And when I see certain big things happen up here, I'll tell you. I always tell you, I'm waiting on a beam, and I'll know something, right? So I'll know. And right now, I know you got some good weather coming through here. I took you through New Year's, and well, that ain't good enough. Then I'll go a little further. I took you to the end of the first week of your new year. 2023, they're still chem-bombing you and me. 2023 is the year we take back the meaning of what it is to be free. 2023 is the year you come alive. 2023 is the year we all will survive. Big love. Peace.